Hello and welcome to our latest Masterclass with Chris, the Wolfman Davis.
And Adam, Mr. Ribs Park.
Spooky. What are we looking at today?
Well, we're going to look at some of our spooky games in Rare Replay, which, as a bonus, are some of the older games. I reckon we should start off with Atic Atac.
Right then,
So,
without further ado.
without further ado,
Yes.
adieu. We will jump into Atic Atac, which was released in 1983.
What are you actually doing? What's the point of the game?
So you are trapped in a castle and you need to find your way out. You're kind of running around, you've got all these white doors that open and close, you've got these mysterious kind of coloured doors that you need to get your way through. You do that by finding keys of different colours.
And what are you going to be? A knight, a wizard or a serf?
Well, I was thinking we could kind of jump quickly into all three and show the differences. The knight, he's the all-rounder in the game. He's kind of got reasonable responsiveness and controls. He's got a helmet, a nice shiny helmet, which is pretty good. It's always good. The wizard.
Yep, so what does he bring that the knight didn't?
Well, we no longer have our shiny helmet for all to see.
It's quite handsome, that hat.
Throws a little spark around instead of an axe. But he's far more responsive. He's the most responsive character.
What's our last one? The humble serf.
The humble serf. The serf,
Yep.
He's the least responsive. It takes a while to kind of change direction. Handles a bit like he's had a few to drink, to be honest. The general gist of the game is to find these keys. You'll see the key appeared on the top right of the screen. That's your inventory area. You can carry 3 objects at any time in there. You'll see locked doors like this one that if you don't have the key, you can't get through them, but the moment you have got the key, just walk on through.
You're chucking that axe around with wild abandon there.
Yeah, that's one of my methods, is just hold down the A button and you'll just constantly attack. You don't have to keep tapping them. If you stay on the edges, you're probably less likely to get hit by an enemy and you can just bounce the weapons off the walls. So you'll find all the characters will have their own unique shortcut. The knight can go through grandfather clocks, the wizard can go through bookcases, the serf can go through barrels.
Alcohol related.
It could explain why his movement
He's crawling
is
through
so sluggish. You'll see in the starting room there's a bright magenta door on the right that's labelled ACG, and that's locked. So what you need to do is find the pieces of the key that will unlock it. The difficulty is, as I say, there are 3 pieces of key, and you can only carry 3 items at a time. You'll need to pick up several objects along the way to help you through, but you'll need to discard those objects at the right time. There's a bit of inventory management going on. If you see the chicken on the right, that represents your health, so you want to keep that as much as you can as a full chicken. You'll see our health is looking pretty good at the moment, and there's plenty of food there. There's no point in picking it up when your health is full. That's just kind of wastage.
That's very much the kind of thing I'd do.
Most of the kind of boss enemies like the mummy or the vampire, you can't kill them. But you'll see I've just been in a room with Frankenstein, and him you can with this handy little wrench that appears a couple of doors down. I'll go back and yeah, well, that was Frankenstein's monster. He's just died, but so am I about to because I'm out of food. Never forget the rewind. Hold down the left trigger, undo your mistakes, carry on as you were.
Never forget the rewind.
We've now got a crucifix, so if you ever stumble across the vampire on your journeys, he'll kind of be repelled by you. There's also a red leaf that you'll find on your travels. I believe the mummy is scared of that one.
Of the leaf.
Yes. That's why there are no mummies in Canada.
Fact.
This little, what looks to be like a Swiss Army knife claw type thing, that also has a use. Quasimodo here, he is not moving out of the way of that door. That Swiss Army knife claw, if you drop it on the floor in this room, he'll kind of head towards it and stand on top of it. These mushrooms here, you want to make sure you don't step on those because they'll kill you. On to the mission at hand, we want to get even more keys. So we've got a red key and a green key. There's also a cyan key. Tends to be 3 or 4 different locations where each key can spawn.
So you have to have a little search.
Going around the back passage. So here's the yellow key.
Bingo.
So this is an essential key to pick up. You absolutely need to get the yellow key to be able to find all of the ACG key pieces. Once you find all the 3 pieces of the ACG key, you can then return to that door, find your way out and complete the game.
Christopher,
Adam?
what are we going to be looking at next?
Next, we're going to look at Sableman's second adventure on the Spectrum, Underwurlde.
Underwurlde.
The basic premise of Underwurlde is you find Sableman stuck underground and he needs to work his way back out. He'll go down caverns, lower himself down ropes, he'll hop between platforms. In Underwurlde, the only way you can die is if you fall down too far. Enemies can't hurt you, but they can push you around. You'll start off in this room, you'll see this little catapult on the left. You want to pick that up straight away, otherwise you can't do any attacking. So walk over it, press the X button, and you can then hold down the B button to your heart's content, and you'll just carry on flinging rocks with this catapult. Once you're jumping in a direction though, you are committed to going the distance. You can't adjust your jump.
Oh, that's you, is it?
So that is you.
It's all or nothing.
You want to judge your distances before committing. If you kind of walk off an edge, you'll do a little mini hop down. Sableman has a tendency to auto jump, and it's quite a big jump. Bubbles are a great way to go back up if you've fallen down too far. What you'll see as well, you don't want to auto jump onto these because it has a tendency to sometimes spawn a stalactite.
Like that?
Like that. That happened when I wasn't looking.
Oh dear. Right in the face.
Right in the face. But what you'll also see on the left, there's a little blue gem. You kind of want those. Once you get your gem, you are illuminated cyan, but you can fall down as far as you like without dying.
What are we going up? We're going to upgrade your weapon. Is that the plan?
We are going to get an upgraded weapon. Well, there you go. I just died because I fell down too far.
So that was Underwurlde, everyone.
Is that cyan dude? Look at him. He just honed right in on me.
He's found your weak spot.
Don't forget rewind. It just helps a lot on these older games. There's a little throwing knife. These aren't here every time either, so like Atic Atac. I think there's 3 additional upgrade weapons you can pick up on top of the slingshot. These can appear in 3 or 4 different places, but you need to collect all of these because throughout the game you'll find the cave's kind of bottleneck to an essential route you have to go through, and at that bottleneck you will get a guardian. So now once we find the guardian who gets killed by the throwing knives, we'll be able to get a bit further into the game. Oh, we're here.
There he is.
Yeah, the little...
Found a guardian.
Look at him. Sense the fear.
Look at him.
He knows what's coming. So you need the knife to get past this scary bug of doom. No mercy.
No.
No mercy to us
Dead
helpless
eyes.
beetles.
No mercy.
So the next step is you want to find the bow and arrow. Otherwise you're not going to be able to get past the next guardian. You see, once you've gone past this first guardian as well, there's a new enemy type, or a couple of new enemy types. One of them is like an eagle. They'll pick you up and carry you places. But I suppose kind of like the eagles in The Hobbit. They'll drop you off in a slightly inconvenient place. You can kind of influence the eagle somewhat by mashing the D-pad. I always tend to rely on a map when I'm playing through this game.
So draw a map, find a map.
Find a map of any means available, and just follow it.
Although it does feel like we're I nearly said Skulder and Mully.
Skulder and Mully gets away from licensing issues.
It does. There we go.
Oh, look what I found.
What have you found?
I found the bow and arrow.
Was that thanks to me on the map? No, I didn't think
we took a wrong turn several turns back. Here we go. I've got to get across here with a bit of canny platforming. Oh, look at that. We can actually use that clip without editing. I knew Underwurlde was a good idea. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Look how angry he is. He's livid. He is livid.
Look at him, he's seething.
He's either seething or having a jolly good time.
He's all doing the Charleston. And as simple as that, he's gone.
As simple as that, he's gone. The final weapon we need to pick up is what appears to be like a flaming torch.
A flaming torch.
And that's what you use to take down the final guardian.
Who is?
Devil, I think.
So, Christopher, once we've deployed fire on the devil...
Yes.
And defeated him...
Yes.
Then what?
Then you just got to find your way out. So there are only 3 guardians in the game.
Okay.
You get a nice little achievement if you get the 3 guardians. But then, yeah, it's a case of finding your way out.
Underwurlde.
Done.
Chris, it's 1984.
It's 1984.
I want to play the best new game. What am I playing?
The game of the year.
What am I playing?
The game everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
Knight Lore.
Ooh.
Knight Lore, again, continues Sableman's adventures, but he's been cursed by the Sable Wolf.
Oh dear.
What that means is every night he'll turn into a wolf. So to break the curse, he needs to find the wizard's cauldron, find out what ingredient needs to be thrown in next, then go out, find it, chuck it in. It's a bit like supermarket sweep. Let's go. Let's jump into it.
Let's do this.
So what you'll see is I've been dilly-dallying at the start.
Yep.
I've already turned into a wolf, so...
And that's indicated by the cycle down at the bottom.
Exactly.
They call you Wolfman for nothing, do they?
Until today, they didn't call me Wolfman at all. Well, we're almost reaching the end of day 0 already, so I'm running out of time to break the curse.
And how many days do we have?
40 days and 40 nights.
Less chatter,
A little less conversation.
a little more action, Chris.
Every time you launch the game,
Yep.
you'll start in a different location on the map. You'll find the objects that you have to find for the cauldron as well. They're also in different places. So what I love about Knight Lore is that every room is kind of a little puzzle. You'll find in this room, if I pick up the boot, you pick items up, and with the X button, but the moment you pick it up, like a trap, these spiked balls start dropping and blocking your way out.
How the devil do you get out of here?
Well, you can't jump over them, so there's a neat little trick in Knight Lore. Any item that you pick up and put down, you can stand on top of, pick it up a fraction of a second before you hit the jump button, and you'll get over and pick up the item as well. That tip is quite useful here as well, so it's useful everywhere. I'm good up here, pick up that item, get over the shiny helmeted soldier.
Like it.
It always pays to kind of pick up these items as and when you come across them. But you'll find now that my inventory on the bottom left is full.
Yeah.
I am fully loaded. What we want to do is find the cauldron as soon as possible now. Here it is. We'll see what the first ingredient is, a teacup. How useful.
This is very handy.
Because I'm carrying one. One of my other top tips is when you get to the cauldron is just dump your items in any room nearby. Fortunately, there's a limit to the number of items you can drop in a room at any one time. So all the surrounding rooms
Just full of your junk.
just depending on whether you're Saberman or a wolf, and this is one of them. If you go to the cauldron room when you're a wolf, it doesn't like you, it just spits sparkles at you that kill you. Loiter in here, play the waiting game until daybreak, and then I can drop the teacup in the cauldron and then see what the cauldron wants next. Oh, now it wants a bottle.
That's a bottle.
Don't we all? You want to be
Quick.
wary about when you change because you're
Get out the room.
exposed, you're static for that time. So if there's an enemy in the room when you're changing, you want to make sure you're as far away from it as possible. This ghost is carrying the bottle, which we just happen to need. He's carrying it around. If you exit the room,
Yep.
go back in, the bottle will be where it was.
Ah.
But he resets, so it will drop to the floor. You can pick it up.
Nick it.
This room is good as well. It's nice. One of those little puzzles that I talked about is you have one of these chests that you can push along. We're carrying a boot. In fact, we're carrying 2 boots at this particular moment in time. We can create a little bridge for the chest to get pushed over, which will put it in a very nice position to get through the doorway. So I love this game is there's loads of little puzzles like that to solve that you don't really expect in a game of this age.
So thank you for watching our spooktacular masterclass. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Adam.
Wolfman did good.
As did Mr. Ribs.
Thank you. Remember, pick up Rare Replay. There's lots of fantastic games in there to play alongside all these retro classics, and we'll hopefully be back soon with some more masterclass for you. So let us know what you'd like us to cover. But for now, Chris, do something suitably spooky. You've had a new haircut. Then kiss.
Masterful! If you like our tips and tricks, we've done a Blastcore Masterclass too. Or if you're all about the haunted house vibe, watch the making of Grabbed by the Ghoulies. As always, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Then we won't have to hide in your wardrobe.